This is a recap of my NHL Historic Draft. Anaheim Mighty Ducks. First line, Toe Blake, Matt Sundin, Mark Recchi. Second line, Max Bentley, Ryan Getzlaf, Pierre LaRoche. Third line, Vic Hadfield, Jordan Staal, George Armstrong. Fourth line, Derek King, Matt Cullen, Dan Quinn. First D pair, Murray, Dennis Potvin. Second D pair, Tempo Newman and Charlie Huddy. Third D pair, Johnny Oduya, Ron Stackhouse. Goaltenders, George Vezina, Reggie Vacon. Atlanta Thrashers. First line, Ted Lindsay, Howie Morenz, Gordie Howe. Second line, Kirk Muller, Mark Savard, Sigmund Palffy. Third line, Herbie Lewis, Brian Sutter, Tom Phillips. Fourth line, Ron Lonsberry, Mike Fisher, J.P. Dumont. First D pair, Dave Ellett, Serge Savard. Second D pair, Brent Seabrook, Dave Babich. Third D pair, Willie Mitchell, Philip Boucher. Goaltenders, Henrik Lundqvist, Tom Barrasso. Boston Bruins. First line, Adam Graves, Dennis Savard, Dina Ciccarelli. Second line, Patrick Marleau, Joe Thornton, Cam Neely. Third line, Kevin Stevens, Ryan Kessler, John Odrinick. Fourth line, Milan Lucic, Michael Pekka, Dina Zubris. First D pair, Nick Lidstrom, Dan Boyle. Second D pair, Ron Greschner, Emile Bouchard. Third line, Mario Marois, Nick Schultz. Goaltenders are Ron Hextall and Tuukka Rask. Buffalo Sabres. First line, Dave Andreychuk, Gilbert Perreault, Teemu Selanne. Second line, Babe Seabrook, Anze Kopitar, Ivan Boldyrev. Third line, Mats Naslund, Ralph Backstrom, Tom Liziak. Fourth line, Shane Corson, Andrew Castles, Jason Pominville. First D pair, Eric Desjardins, Red Horner. Second D pair, Roman Hamberlik, James Patrick. Third D pair, Yaroslav Spacek, Hal Gill. Goaltenders, Billy Smith, John Van Beesbrook. Calgary Flames. First line, Charlie Simmer, Sid Abel, Bobby Hull. Second line, Patrick Elias, Doug Gilmour, Phil Kessel. Third line, Thomas Holmstrom, Bobby Hully, Claude Lemieux. Fourth line, Mario Tremblay, Mike Ritchie, Ed Westfall. First D pair, Larry Robinson, Randy Carlyle. Second D pair, Nicholas Cromwell and Mark Giordano. Third D pair, Adrian O'Coin and Grant Ledyard. Goaltenders, Ed Balfour, J.S. Jaguar. Chicago Blackhawks. First line, Marcus Naslund, Alex Delvecchio, Mike Bossy. Second line, Alexei Yashin, Pat LaFontaine, Peter Sikora. Third line, Mike Ribeiro, Butch Goring, Mike Knuble. Fourth line, Red Berenson, Michael Handzus, Pat Flatley. First D pair, Gary Suter, Shea Weber. Second D pair, Paul Reinhardt, Jack Stewart. Third D pair, Robert Picard and Al Frady. Goaltenders, Mika Kiprusoff, Felix Potvin. Colorado Rockies. First line, Cooney Weiland, Mario Lemieux, Kevin Dineen. Second line, Daniel Sedin, Henrik Sedin, Joe Mullen. Third line, Alex Semin, Patrice Bergeron, Bill Cook. Fourth line, Jeff Friesen, Ron Stewart, Jacob Voracek. First D pair, Zdeno Chara, Red Kelly. Second D pair, Paul Martin, Kalle Janssen. Third line, Jim McKinney, Jim Nielsen. Goaltenders, Tony Esposito, Charlie Gardner. Columbus Blue Jackets. First line, Daryl Sittler, Marcel Dion, Theo Fleury. Second line, Clark Gillies, Vincent Lecavalier, Kent Nelson. Third line, Mike Foligno, Jeff Carter, Louis Erickson. Fourth line, Jimmy Carson, Mel Bridgman, Ulf Dolan. First D pair, Jay Bouwmeester, Drew Doughty. Second D pair, Frank Howlett, Doug Bodger. Third D pair, Christian Ehrhoff, Gary Bergman. Goaltenders, Dominic Hasek, Ryan Miller. Dallas Stars. First line, Keith Tkachuk, Wayne Gretzky, Dave Taylor. Second line, Sil Alps, Doug Waite, Mike Bullard. Third line, Alex Steen, Chris Drury, Steve Sullivan. Fourth line, Marco Sturm, Andy McDonald, Glenn Murray. First D pair, Scott Stevens, Scott Niedermayer. Second D pair, Mark Edward Vlasic, Brian McCabe. Third D pair, Marty McSorley, Barry Beck. Goaltenders, Mike Richter, Pecorine. Detroit Red Wings. First line, Henrik Zetterberg, Pavel Datsyuk, Daniel Alfredson. Second line, Brian Bellows, John Tavares, Milan Hejduk. Third line, Cliff Ronning, Neil Stewart, Stan Smill. Fourth line, Dennis Hextall, Joe Primo, Dustin Brown. First D pair, Matthew Schneider, Brad Park. Second D pair, Hooley Smith, Dick Redmond. Third D pair, Don Sweeney, Mike O'Connell. Goaltenders, Patrick Waugh, Sergei Bobrovsky. Edmonton Oilers. First line, Luke Robitaille, Stan Mikita, Patrick Kane. Second line, Wayne Cashman, Steven Stamkos, Ken Linsman. Third line, Issa Tikkanen, Keith Primo, Joe Malone. Fourth line, Ray Shepard, Chris Gratton, Mark Johnson. First D pair, Doug Moyne, Larry Murphy. Second D pair, Gary Gallery, Kevin Lowe. Third D pair, Jason Smith, Phil Russell. Goaltenders, Jonathan Quick and Nicholas Backstrom. Florida Panthers. First line, Pavel Demitra, Dale Hawerchuk, Pavel Bure. Second line, Johnny Busick, Nicholas Backstrom, Alex Yamnoff. Third line, Paul Gardner, Guy Carbonneau, Justin Williams. Fourth line, Dirk Graham, Brian Smolenski, John Anderson. First D pair, Hap Day, King Clancy. Second D pair, Derek Morris, Rob Blake. Third D pair, Scott Hannon, Gordy Roberts. Goaltenders, Turk Broda, Tim Thomas. Hartford Whalers. First line, Dean Prentice, Ron Francis, Ivan Kormaye. Second line, Paul Correa, Brad Richards, Miroslav Shatan. Third line, Ron Duguay, Rod Brindamore, Bill Masienko. Fourth line, Bill Birch, Sean Horkoff, Alex Hemsky. First D pair, Brian Leach, Glenn Wesley. Second D pair, Oliver Ekman-Larsson, Alex Pietrangelo. Third D pair, Trevor Daley, Ron Ellis. Goaltenders, Roberto Luongo, Cam Ward. Los Angeles Kings. First line, Gary Roberts, Jock Lemaire, Peter Bondra. Second line, Tim Kerr, Bernie Nichols, John McClain. Third line, Mike Camilleri, Brent Sutter, Trevor Linden. Fourth line, Troy Murray, Ron Sutter, Donna Audette. First D pair, Chris Chelios, Bobby Orr. Second D pair, Rob Ramage, Ken Reardon. Third D pair, Tobias Enstrom, Matthias Oland. Goaltenders, Curtis Joseph, Andy Mogg. Minnesota North Stars. First line, Roy Conacher, Mark Messier, Marian Hossa. Second line, Sid Howe, Bobby Smith, Bob Gainey. Third line, Thomas Vanek, Neil Broughton, Patrick Sandstrom. Fourth line, Sean McEachran, Radek Bonk, Frank Neighbor. First D pair, Reed Larson, Kenny Janssen. Second D pair, Lubomir Visnovsky, Ken Danico. Third D pair, Yerky Lumi, John Michael Lyles. Goaltender, Ken Dryden, Jose Theodore. Nashville Predators. First line, Sweeney Schreiner, Frank Mahavlik, Martin St. Louis. Second line, Danny Heatley, Jeremy Roenick, Bob Nevin. Third line, Jussi Jokinen, Rick Tocchet, Danny Gare. Fourth line, Dick Duff, Dale Hunter, Martin Erat. First D pair, Ray Bourque, Al McGinnis. Second D pair, Sprague Claiborne, Daryl Sador. Third D pair, Ulf Samuelsson, Pavel Kubina. Goaltenders, Tiny Thompson, Harry Lumley. Montreal Canadiens. First line, Dickie Moore, Elmer Lyke, Maurice Richard. Second line, Max Pacioretty, Henry Richard, Steve Shutt. Third line, Ryan Walters, Saki Koivu, Stefan Richer. Fourth line, Buddy O'Connor, Thomas Plekanec, Bobby Rousseau. First D pair, Doug Harvey, Jacques Lapierre. Second D pair, JC Tremblay and PK Subban. Third D pair, Patrice Brisebois and Sheldon Souray. Goaltender, Jacques Plante and Charlie Hodge. Islanders. First line, Rick Martin, Steve Yzerman, Olin Nolan. Second line, Zach Parise, Sergei Fedorov, Alex Mogilny. Third line, Yuri Letnin, David Krejci, Brian Gionta. Fourth line, Brent Ashton, Walt McKechnie, Mike Keane. First D pair, Borgie Selming, Steve Duchesne. Second D pair, Bill Quackenbush, Brad Stewart. Third D pair, Andrew Ference, Dennis Seidenberg. Goaltenders, Chris Osgood, George Hainsworth. New York Rangers. First line, Ariel Joliet, Joe Sakic, Steve Larmer. Second line, Martin Straka, Peter Forsberg, Tony Amonte. Third line, Chris Kunitz, Dennis Maruk, Babe Dye. Fourth line, Martin Gelinas, Stu Barnes, Greg Adams. First D pair, Guy Lapointe, Pierre Pilot. Second D pair, Alexei Zhitnik, Sandis Ozilish. Third D pair, Mike Ramsey, John Carlson. Goaltenders, Grant Fuhr, Mike Vernon. Ottawa Senators. First line, Alex Tanguay, Brian Trottier, Jerome McGinley. Second line, Jamie Benn, Jason Spezza, Andy Bathgate. Third line, Bill Cowley, Paul Stastny, Blake Wheeler. Fourth line, Martin Havlat, Joe Juneau, Mike Kruzelinski. First D pair, Phil Housley and Harry Howell. Second D pair, Vladimir Konstantinov, Andrei Markov. Third D pair, Stefan Robida, Kevin Shattenkirk. Goaltenders, Carey Price, Jerry McNeil. Quebec Nordiques. First line, Michael Goulet, Peter Stastny, Corey Perry. Second line, John LeClaire, Eric Lindros, Reggie Leach. Third line, Anton Stastny, Michael Nylander, Jamie Langenbrunner. Fourth line, Busher Jackson, Barry Peterson, Guy Chenard. First D pair, Adam Foote, Brent Burns. Second D pair, Ryan Suter, Mark Streit. Third D pair, Keith Carney, Josh McCoon. Goaltenders, Terry Sawchuk, Jerry Cheevers. Philadelphia Flyers. First line, Simon Gagne, Phil Esposito, Rick Middleton. Second line, Bill Barber, Bobby Clark, Rick McLeish. Third line, Todd Bertuzzi, Claude Giroux, Wayne Simmons. Fourth line, Craig Ramsey, Yannick Perreault, Tiger Williams. First D pair, Marcel Provenost, Eddie Shore. Second D pair, Kimmo Timonen, Tom Poti. Third D pair, Keith Yandel, Michael Roosevelt. Goaltenders, Bernie Perrant, Nikolai Khabibulin. Pittsburgh Penguins. First line, Brendan Shanahan, Sidney Crosby, Pat Verbeek. Second line, Ryan Smith, Jonathan Toews, Rick Kehoe. Third line, Brendan Morrow, Mikko Koivu, David Backes. Fourth line, Don Maloney, Jason Allison, James Neal. First D pair, Doug Wilson, Chris Letang. Second D pair, Victor Hedman, Bruce Driver. Third D pair, Alex Goligoski, Eric Brewer. Goaltenders, Marc-Andre Fleury, Alec Connell. San Jose Sharks. First line, Frank Boucher, Gene Rattel, Guy Lafleur. Second line, Ray Whitney, Vincent Damphousse, Joe Pavelski. Third line, Bob Pulford, Murray Craven, Daniel Briere. Fourth line, Valerie Kamensky, Derek Roy, Don Marshall. First D pair, Tim Horton, Eric Carlson. Second D pair, Thomas Caberlet, Chris Phillips. Third D pair, Francois Beauchemin, Tom Johnson. Goaltenders, Evgeny Nabokov, Braden Holtby. St. Louis Blues. First line, Bernie Furtico, Mike Modano, Brett Hull. Second line, Eric Stahl, Milt Schmidt, Bill Guerin. Third line, Cy Donnelly, Robert Lang, Scott Mellenby. Fourth line, Al McAdam, Joseph Stumpo, Bobby Ryan. First D pair, Chris Pronger, Brian Rafalski. Second D pair, Darian Hatcher, Phil Goyette. Third D pair, Robin Regeer, Dave Manson. Goaltenders, Marty Turco, Lawrence Chabot. Tampa Bay Lightning, first line, Doug Bentley, Evgeny Malkin, Jaromir Jagr. Second line, Brian Propp, Norm Allman, Charlie Conacher. Third line, Mikey McKay, Peter Nedved, Terry O'Reilly. Fourth line, Sylvain Turgeon, Chris Draper, Brad Boyce. First D pair, Wade Redden, Sergei Gonchar. Second D pair, Brad McCrimmon, Dustin Byfuglien. Third D pair, Brooks Orpik, Yanni Pikkanen. Goaltender, Glenn Hall and Dave Kerr. Toronto Maple Leafs, first line, Rick Vaive, Dave Keon, Mike Gartner. Second line, Brian Ralston, Ted Kennedy, Landon McDonald. Third line, JP Parise, Igor Larionov, Peter McNabb. Fourth line, Camille Henry, Brendan Morrison, Victor Kozlov. First D pair, Paul Coffey, Ian Turnbull. Second D pair, Dion Phaneuf, Doug Crossman. Third D pair, Philip Kuba and Dennis Weidman. Goaltenders, Johnny Bower and Clint Benedict. Vancouver Canucks, first line, Ilya Kovalchuk, Joe Nieuwendyk, and Bernie Geoffrion. Second line, Peter Mahavlik, Joe Nieuwendyk, Marian Gaborik. Third line, Thomas Steen, Aaron Broughton, and Dmitry Kistich. Fourth line, Benoit Hogue, Damon Langkow, Thomas Gradin. First D pair, Sergei Zubov, Roman Josi. Second D pair, Ed Jovanovski, Alan Stanley. Third D pair, Doug Lister, Mary Zalishki. Goaltenders are Martin Brodeur, Corey Crawford. Washington Capitals, first line, Alex Ovechkin, Adam Oates, Alex Kovalev. Second line, Rick Nash, Pierre Turgeon, Ken Hodge. Third line, Vinny Prospel, Bobby Carpenter, Pitt Martin. Fourth line, Don Luce, Murray Oliver, Jeff O'Neill. First D pair, Duncan Keith and Slava Fetisov. Second D pair, Ryan McDonough and Mike Green. Third D pair, Craig Hartsburg and Leo Bovin. Goaltenders, Bill Durnham and Roy Warchers. Winnipeg Jets, first line, Glenn Anderson, John Beliveau, Yari Curry. Second line, Shane Doan, Scott Gomez, Rod Gilbert. Third line, Scott Gomez, Ray Ferraro, Jerry Karab. Fourth line, Eric Cole, Steve Ruchin, Radim Verbata. First D pair, Mark Howe, Kevin Hatcher. Second D pair, Carl Vadnais and Harry Cameroon. Third D pair, Rigel Ristolainen and Lyle Odeline. Goaltenders are Eddie Giacomin and Thomas Vokoun. Next week, I will have a new NHL Hangout series called Generator Rebuild, where the core player will be determined by a random number generator. I will be rebuilding the Colorado Avalanche in the first episode.